What's up, everyone, and welcome to Project XTalk, an Xbox podcast. This is episode number 40, and we're quickly approaching episode number 50, and in addition to that, our one-year anniversary. We haven't missed a week. So episode 52, because there's 52 days in a year, or 52 weeks in a year. Remember, if you like Xbox, video games, and everything in the gaming realm, make sure to join us live here on YouTube every Thursday. If you can't catch us live, we post every Friday morning on your favorite podcast service. Find us there, like, share, subscribe with your friends. Help us grow and bring you a better podcast each and every week. I'm your host, Kevin, aka the Muffin Mon, and I'm joined by two out of the three usual this week. We got Tom and Amon. How are you guys doing?
Good, but it's hot as hell. Stay inside, guys. Don't go outside. I'm getting darker. I can, that's what's happening right now. Don't go outside.
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right.
Yeah, you're experiencing these New York summers for the first time, right? That they're Amon.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And he has it even worse. He's in the city. It's way hotter there.
It is bad out here.
You guys get no breeze.
It is very, very hot out here.
They capture all the heat.
No, and the subway is just terrible. It's like a freaking volcano in there.
I imagine.
All right. Well, enough about how we're sweating to death. I want to introduce our special guest this week. He's the host of one of my favorite podcasts, and I do genuinely mean that. I listen every week, especially the brand new episode out today. He is the host of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast, co-host of Cast Co-op with friends of the show, Ains and Luke Lore, who I hear Joe loves. And he's the man that believes Horizon Zero Dawn is better than Breath of the Wild. MrBadBit, aka Joseph Moran. Joe, how are you?
Sometimes I have to speak hard truths and say Breath of the Wild's a great game. Did a lot of things. It also did some things wrong. Like the dungeons, woof. Damage, durability, also a big oof. You know, story, let's be honest. Yeah, it's not there. But hi, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for all the compliments. Thank you for saying the Trophy Room PlayStation podcast, because people always do it, and it's my fault apparently. People are like, no. It's on Twitter at PS Trophy Room, so people just assume PlayStation Trophy Room. No. I inverted it because SEO, PlayStation, PS, that's gonna hit nicer. And so it's kind of like a cross to bear. I've gone way too deep with that Twitter handle. It's now like on everything. It's like on our Patreon, it's on Twitter, it's on like YouTube now, I think. And so thank you. And I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy to talk Xbox. Because I don't get to do it all too often, but I like it. I like it when I have a chance to visit the realm of green, you know?
Well, we're happy you're here. And I do want to say, I specifically noted to say the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast, because I've heard you tell Luke when he introduced it wrong on Cast Co-op a few times. And, part of me was like, should I do it just to see how he reacts? But I went with the classic, we're going to say it right approach. Yeah, professional.
I always just smile through it because I'm like, I get it. It's my mistake.
All right, well,
I did the dumb thing,
Like I said, we're super happy to have you here. Glad you can make it. Man. And we'll jump into the show because it is jam-packed. But before we get into the news, we start every week here on Project XTalk by asking one question, and that question is, what you playing? So I'm going to go around the room and ask everyone, what you playing? Tom, what you playing?
So my response is going to be really small. I've been playing some 2K21, NBA 2K21, just because the finals are on. I just have extra hype, so I'm playing a little bit of that. But not a lot, honestly, nothing to really talk about, just a couple games here and there. I was playing a lot of Borderlands 3 this week, up until I had a major issue. I was almost done with the campaign. I was on chapter 22, and I got a game-breaking bug on my first playthrough. And there's no workaround possible besides me physically finding someone who's also on that same mission with me, joining their co-op game. And I've tried matchmaking for 5-6 hours throughout the week, hoping to find one person who's in that same mission. No one is. You know, I went online for looking for group sessions. Like, hey, is anyone doing this mission? Please let me know. I really need to fix this damn glitch. No one messages me. I'm fucked. And it sucks because I bought all the DLCs and I don't want to make a new account or a new character and me possibly experiencing the same glitch. The worst part about this is when I look this glitch up, I see traces of it back in 2019. It's fucking 2021.
So I was gonna say, it's funny you mentioned that specific bug because my brother, who also played Borderlands 3, had that exact bug at launch.
Oh my god!
And what he had to do was find someone. He joined someone's mission who wasn't on the same one. It was back, and then he just replayed up to that point, like through that point with them.
See, and that'd be fine with me as long as I don't have to. I just don't want to have to play like an excessive amount of hours. I just found nobody nearby. They were either a chapter ahead or in the very beginning of the game, and it's ridiculous. It's 2019. 2019. I submitted a support ticket. I don't think they're gonna fix it. They're like, they messaged me back like, hey, Vault Hunter, thank you for reporting this, and I say fuck you guys because I doubt it's gonna get fixed. It's been 2019.
I say lose the role play. All right, guys. All right, I'm not a Vault Hunter. I'm a player. Fix my stuff.
Yeah, I paid for this game. You better fix it. No, that's frustrating. Sorry to hear that, Tom. Aman, what are you playing? You're muted.
He's too excited.
I did it again. Yeah, so I started Knockout City for the first time, and wow, that game is fun. That game is very fun. Like, I played with a couple of friends, played with another group of friends, and I'm loving it. Great game. Yeah, that's all I've been playing this week. Nothing more.
I imagine PlayStation because you only brought your tablet for xCloud.
Yep. Even played on my PlayStation.
Okay. I feel you.
But I tell you what I'm waiting for. I keep waiting to play.
You're a little
I just
laggy
bought
there,
a Switch.
Mom.
I just bought a Switch. I have these 2 games up.
Robot, he doesn't know. He
Still
doesn't
Robot?
know. We don't even see you anymore, man.
No, you're gone. Train wreck on fire. That's why we do the show live, so you can experience these great moments like Aman being frozen.
They wanted to silence him, man.
Spoilers. He bought Pokemon Shield and Mario Kart.
Oh, okay.
Those were his
so he's still believing in this little piece of plastic. Me no longer. Not me. I'm over the dream.
Oh, I'm glad finally someone else has said it. Nintendo has let me down over and over the last 2 years. I bought it full of promise, Smash Ultimate. I love everything else. I'm like, I can't. You give me nothing.
Yeah, I hated Smash. I did not like it one bit.
Oh well,
and it just comes down to me not being very good. I'll be honest.
That's fair.
Like, this is a fighter. I'm gonna be bad. Aman, are you safe? Are you?
Yeah. Can you hear me now, or am I still a robot?
No, you're good now. Okay. Nintendo ninjas have backed off for a little bit.
All right. But yeah, I can tell you what I'm waiting to play. So I'm waiting to play these 2 games. I just got a Switch this week, and I'm gonna play these 2 games. Yeah, Pokemon Shield and Pokemon Deluxe. Mario Kart, Mario Kart Deluxe 8.
Nice.
Yeah, Pokemon Shield is better than Sword.
I agree. I went with Shield. My brother got Sword. Shield all the way. There you go. Shield gang, represent.
I forget which one I was. I'm thinking I was a Shield boy because that Pokemon looks cool. But swords are usually cooler than shields. So there you go. That's my hot take.
Still maintain you should have got Fire Emblem, the best Switch game, but
yeah, I am planning to get that. I was confused between Mario Kart or Fire Emblem Three Houses, but I ended up going with Mario Kart.
Fair. Can't go wrong with Mario Kart, man.
It's true. Fun time. Joe, where do you now? What you playing?
Man, oh man. The past 2 weeks, my Xbox have gotten a lot of my attention for 2 games. Shout out to Sea of Thieves being literally amazing. It's an awesome game. And I want to just say boo to everybody else who's like, oh, this is great. Oh, isn't this amazing? Because no one finished the DLC. How was I unlocking rare story-based achievements in this game? Like it said, like when I spoiler alert, you free Captain Jack Sparrow from something. It was like only 2% of players have gotten this. I'm like, are you kidding me? Nobody got past episode 3, but I digress. I love Sea of Thieves. I love the Pirates Live DLC. I think it's fantastic. I think it's honestly one of my favorite crossovers, maybe even my favorite crossover. Fantastic. And then I've been playing a little game, that's why I was almost late here, called a little indie darling, Halo 5. Yeah, man. And let me tell you something. I'm really good at multiplayer games. You know, there's an adage of like, oh, PlayStation people, they just like the single player games and they're not good at multiplayer games. No, me, I'm constantly on top of that leaderboard. I may be number 1, I may be number 2, 3, 4, max 5, but I'm always there. I'm proud of it, damn it. I think I'm right now. I went from a level 12 because I played Halo 5 when it was bad. And then when it launched, and now playing it again with all the patches, everything fixed, the multiplayer being stellar. I think I'm at like level 54, 55, somewhere along there in just a few weeks. So I am loving the multiplayer of this game. I still have bad thoughts about Halo 5's story. Just, if you don't have anything positive to say, don't say anything at all. So that's the advice I'm taking for myself. Halo 5, it got better, but I'm really hoping Infinite knocks it out of the park with that story. It means too much to me and to millions of other folks for it to just be a, surprise lock game all of a sudden.
That's
I don't think
that's
anyone
funny.
on our side's gonna argue that it's a good story. That we all,
No,
I think we all agree.
Well, I won't argue it's a good story. I did argue with Luke that it's better than 4, and I know no one else agrees with me, but I do think it's better. I do not like 4 at all. Like 4 is like my least favorite
Really?
Halo. Yeah.
I mean, like, Halo to me had a better story. It had awful multiplayer. And Halo 5 had a not good story. I wouldn't say bad or awful, but it has an incredible multiplayer. So,
I love the
like, to me,
multiplayer 5.
to me, they kind of flip flopped.
Yeah, 5 is my favorite multiplayer since 2. Because I know everyone loves 3, but I'm not a 3 guy.
I'm not a 3 guy either. I don't like how power ups work in 3.
Thank you. Oh my god, finally someone agrees with me.
Yeah. Also, the BR shoots like a bloom after a while. That sucks. Get that out. Give me just the beam in Halo 2 type of fire, and I'm good to go. So yeah. Halo 2 is the best multiplayer.
Agreed.
Halo 5 right next to it.
All right. I'm feeling this energy. We got, all the guests I bring on tend to agree. We had Cog on. He was talking about Yakuza with me.
I love
Wait. Hold on a minute.
You're
Hold on a
curated
minute.
to your tastes.
Yeah, curate the guests.
You're forgetting about me, man. Ains and I both agreed that Cyberpunk 2077 was the game of the year last year.
Well,
and it
they
was.
both off
And it
that
was.
chair.
I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's good, but not game of the year material, man. Not game of the year material.
I agree. I played an hour of Yakuza, and when I say I played, I mean I watched, and I was just like, when am I getting to like video game? When's it happening?
Yeah.
I've been promised a game here, but alas.
That's all right.
Nothing.
Good choice.
Yeah, no. Like Yakuza is a great game. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm on like chapter 7, I think. But yeah, it's a great game, but just Cyberpunk's better.
Well, I'm gonna go through my list of games that I've been playing now. I'll start with the game I finished this one of 2 games I finished this week. Scarlet Nexus. I got 100% of all the achievements on Xbox, so I went through both stories.
How long did it take you?
Well, I kept in quick resume, and there's a bug where it kept the game clock going, so it said like 280 hours, which definitely isn't right because it kept if I had to say, it was probably around 30 to 40 hours to get it all. because each one's probably about 15, and then you have to grind a little bit to get the final achievement, which is max level, which they should have made 70, but they made 80 for some reason. Just like, you want to grind 18 levels? Like, I really don't. So got all that done with Scarlet Nexus. Literally, I really enjoyed the game. I don't know if anyone else here has played it. I think Tom. Oh, that's right. You did. You mentioned on the.
Yeah.
You were gonna stream it, I think.
I streamed a bit of it, and the action, like, I think the idea of Scarlet Nexus is really cool. Like, the action's fantastic. Like, I love how it's kind of like a bit of puzzle solving with each enemy, of their, like, identifying their weaknesses and overcoming them. But man, that story is bad. Like, it is. I don't know what they were. It's, boy, I don't even know where to start. It's not explained well. Like, how you're introduced to the world is like, I don't even feel like it's they don't even try. They do the JRPG thing of like, oh, I think Yukito is cute, ooh, but it's the end of the world. I really, like, that is one thing I hate constantly. And then, like, there are just some asinine choices that the protagonists each make, especially, like, I'm playing Kasane, and she is the most unlikable protagonist I've played in a time. Like,
I went Yuito first, and my brother and friend, who both also 100%ed it. It's my brother's game of the year, he says right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he loved Kasane, and I was playing Yuito, and I was like, I hate her. Like, I don't want to play as her. I don't like her. And then, like, she's just like, I don't want to say spoilers, but she makes a decision to do something which really doesn't make sense when you, especially when you're playing Yuito's story. I'm like, why the hell are you doing this? Fucking tell me, but you won't tell me. Drives me nuts.
And one character, I know exactly what you're saying, and then one character, like, everybody suddenly, they're suddenly like, everybody, like, you make this choice, and everybody's like, why'd you make this choice? Even characters but they're still with you. And then, like, when one person tries to like beat it out of you, they're like, dude, why are you doing what you're doing? One character goes, it's not, it's, hey, listen, don't pry. It's like, what do you mean don't, like, something insane just happened. And all of a sudden we're just 100% around her, and we're friends with her, other than, like, she doesn't want to deal with anybody ever. Like, she is very nice to look at. She is an awful protagonist. I really much like, I like Yuiko, or I know I butchered his name, but, like, I like him. He seems likable. This character, it's like, I'm a brick wall of boredom. I'm too cold and not calculated,
There's issues, it's not my game of the year. I'm my brother, whatever, but I liked it for what it was. I think it could be improved in quite a few areas, but it was fine. It was easy enough to get the 100%. Other than that, the second game I beat this week was Doom Eternal. I started on the Xbox One, the base one, way back when, before the Series X, and then with the next gen upgrade, we were talking to Pong Soul 2 weeks ago, talking about that 120 FPS mode. So I hopped in, finished that off. Not what I would call a great game, like a serviceable game. Like, I think if combat wasn't so fun, like, the gameplay loop of killing demons is a lot of fun, but then you get those jumping puzzles and the platform, and I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore right now. Like, it's frustrating. Sure. It's not, and the final boss is awful. It's not a good final boss. I don't know if anybody's beat Doom Eternal. I did not enjoy it. Oh, yeah.
I like Doom Eternal a lot. I totally get where everybody else is. It's just like, the platforming's not great. The final boss is a bit of a joke, but, like, it's just so much fun when you're ripping and tearing. You don't mind that much.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm playing Guilty Gear Strive still. So
are you digging that?
I'm liking it. I'm not a fighting game guy.
Same here.
I play Smash competitively. Made top 8 this week at my local. Thank you, everyone. You can see my little graphic on my Twitter. Ice climbers for life. But I picked up Guilty Gear Strive because I was like, I want to try it. I heard it's simplified. I heard, it's a lot easier for newcomers to get into, and its anime is all hell. So it's got that going for it. And I really like it so far. Get my ass kicked sometimes, I win other times. It has a really good mission mode though. So if like you're not new to the fighting game, especially this one, it just teaches you everything you need to know. Does not have a story though. It does have a story, but it's just a 4-hour long cinematic. So if you want to watch a movie, you can throw that on, but you don't get to do anything during it.
Okay. So do you think as a person that is like a big dum-dum when it comes to fighters, I can get my hands on this and I'd be competent?
I think you could. I think so. They made like when you open the command list, there's like each character has like 6 moves. It's really and they're very simple. It's like down, back, X, down, forward, Y. Like they very simplified this game. You can map like dash to right trigger. You can map it's called a Roman cancel. It basically allows you to extend your combos. You can map that because otherwise they want you to like hit multiple buttons. Instead, they just give you a macro to map to really let new players like get into it and not worry about these specific button combinations.
Yeah, that would be great for me because fighters are always something I want to get into, but never could because of things like that. So what you're telling me is actually kind of selling me on this.
Yeah, that's what I got into it. I like the mapping.
Does it seem like an easy plat, or does it play 10,000 matches?
No, you have to play 100 matches.
Okay.
Which I've already
I can lose 100 times. That's fine.
Yeah, I've only played like 4 or 5 times, like for a few hours, but I'm already at like 50 something matches, and that's with like most of the time. My time is like training and doing the mission mode to actually learn the game, so they go really fast. Like I think I only need like 16 trophies. I already have like 20 something, so it's really not that hard. It's basically just playing. A lot of them are offline trophies, so you don't even have to play real people. Like you could do arcade, mission mode. One is going to training for 30 minutes. So if you want to just put your PS5 on and walk away, like there are some easy ass trophies.
Okay, that gets me. I'm actually now because I feel like I need to challenge myself in terms of like the games I'm into. That's why I bought Scarlet Nexus, and I think the next one I want to do is fighting. And so hearing the rumors that PlayStation may be acquiring that studio, I'm like, well, I want to see what they're all about. So maybe this is something that gets me in the door.
Yeah, well, if you want to play with someone that doesn't know what they're doing, hit me up on PSN and we'll do some matches. Yeah,
I will absolutely.
I'm also playing Final Fantasy VII Remake Inner Grade. That's what it is. Intermission is the DLC. I'm like chapter 3. It's probably the most beautiful game I've ever seen in my life, guys. That's all I gotta say about this game. It's absolutely gorgeous. This game and the combat is so satisfying. Cloud is a little moody anime boy, but gorgeous to look at. Those blue eyes staring at you. Really liking that. So I don't really have much to say about Final Fantasy. I think we all know it's amazing. I'm just playing it. Like I've never played the remake before, so this is my first time.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So I was gonna say, how does it match up with the original? That is something I have Intergrade, and if I turn on my PS5, I think I really wanna I wanna see what this game is because there's no way I'm gonna plat it. Like the way Kyle described it to me, he's like, yeah, there's no healing items. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not playing this game. This is too hard. Like I was like, I suck at this combat enough already, but okay.
No, there's healing items.
No, but like on hard mode. Hard.
Oh, yeah. You have to do it. You have to do a hard mode run for the play. Okay, well now I'm not getting the play. That's for sure.
Exactly. It's way too difficult. Come on.
Yeah.
Take it easy on me, game.
Forget that.
Yeah. Not about that life.
No, but yeah, it's gorgeous. I highly recommend. If you haven't played it, definitely jump in. But I don't know about a plat. There's like 68 trophies or something too. Like that's a lot of trophies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think we spent enough time talking about games we're playing. We got plenty of news to talk about. So we're going to jump into our news roundup segment. And we're going to start with the breaking news that broke about 2 hours ago. Steam has officially announced their handheld console known as Steam Deck. We previously discussed these rumors, but it's now official. Steam Deck is similar to a Nintendo Switch, albeit slightly larger, has full gaming PC capabilities. It runs a modified version of Valve's Steam OS, but also provides access to an unrestricted computer desktop where any third-party application can be installed, such as non-Steam games launchers, Windows, or Game Pass. So, I assume we've all seen the announcement. I have some more stuff to go into, but I want to get everyone's initial thoughts. Steam Deck. What are you guys thinking about it? Feel free to jump in. Whoever's got it.
I got it. This thing.
This is exactly
for it.
what we need. This is the Switch Pro we needed.
110%, man. Like, honest to goodness, this game is, or sorry, this console is something else. Like, last week we got that awful announcement of the Switch OLED. And to me, like, I understand what the Nintendo does. They usually enter the market with hardware that they can make a profit on. So usually it's not the best to begin with. And then they iterate on it maybe every year or every other year. So skipping 2020, obviously, 2021 is just them doing what they've been doing since the Switch has come out. So to me, I actually look at this Steam Deck as, I think this is the handheld console I actually think I've always wanted. Like, I take a look at, what you just said, being able to possibly play Game Pass games on this. That's awesome. So, like, I mean, that's amazing. And Microsoft's like, okay, let's make a Linux version. Like, let's do something here. It's a really great opportunity to say, maybe I want to play Halo on the go, or even if I don't have Game Pass, it's still Steam. It's still the Steam store, which means I'm going to be able to download Halo Infinite if I wanted to, or buy it outright. I'm able to buy. Think about this, gang. Technically, it's a console if you want to think about it, because it's a dedicated peripheral, right? Hooks up to, it's literally just a Switch. So if we really want to I get it, it's a computer, but to me, it looks and feels like a console.
Mm-hmm.
You have a console that's able to play PC games, a console that's able to play Xbox games, and a console that'll play your PlayStation games in one place. This is what I've been preaching for a while now, of what the future is going to probably look like when it comes to games, where we have pieces of tech like this and we have these apps that live on them, and that's what the future of the consoles are going to look like. So for me, I'm really digging this, because I'm like, is there a future where I get to play Ghost of Tsushima and then switch off and play, I don't know, Gears of War, and then like switch off and play Civilization 5? Like, that's what I just said. Those 3 games are some of my favorite games ever. And that just excites me about this console more than anything, is the fact that the only downside to this, it seems, is, from what people have seen, but from what I've been told, the button placement, which again, from what I understand, it actually is comfortable when you're actually using it. It doesn't look it, but it feels it. And when we take a look at where the button is on the Switch as well, it's not too far off. It's not terrible. So everybody calm down. That said, and it doesn't have Nintendo games. So, like, as much as I say I'm going to sell my Switch, which I am going to sell the Switch Lite, it was a mistake. I'll probably rebuy a Switch when I see, Splatoon 3. But other than that, like, this thing has everything I want. So I'm 100% in on this thing, like, day one. I didn't think I would be, but I immediately fell in love with what I looked at.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
But you went over a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, go ahead, Tom.
All right.
Go ahead, Tom.
I agree with most of what you said too. What I'm concerned about is, like, this it looks more powerful than the Switch as well. How long is the battery life going to be on this thing? What's going to be?
Great question.
I'm going to jump in here. I have the facts. The Steam Deck features a 7-inch screen, 1280 by 800 resolution, 60 hertz LCD screen, custom AMD APU featuring 4-core, 8-thread CPU, blah, 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 8 RDNA, 2 compute units for GPU, 16 gigabytes RAM, 2 to 8 hours of battery life, depending on what you're doing. That is a wide range.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly, that was my concern. And I know it's going to be an issue with it. But even then, like, if you know what games you're going to be playing on there, maybe they're not as graphically intensive, you'll be able to get a lot of battery life out of it. But one of the big perks of it as well is, like, yeah, it's also it's a Linux machine. You can pull anything from that. If you want to make that into your full emulation system and, play Nintendo 64 or GameCube games on it as well, you can do that too. It just seems like the perfect machine to have gaming on. And, fuck the Razer Kishi. We don't even need that anymore if we have this thing.
It looks awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. What I was gonna say was, why didn't Nintendo take this approach? Why didn't Nintendo take this approach?
Well,
come on.
Didn't you know OLED's
I was
better?
holding. No, I was holding off of buying a Switch, and as soon as that OLED Nintendo got announced, I went and bought the old Switch. Like, come on. I wish there was the Nintendo Pro or whatever they would call it. They're also making a docking station for the Steam Deck, so
yeah,
it is the Switch killer.
That's interesting. It's interesting because that console doesn't come with the dock, I don't think.
It does not.
It's the secret charge. Yeah.
Yes, so they already said they have confirmed that they are charging separately for a dock, but IGN says that you don't need the dock. It can be it can be hooked up to display externally with a powered USB-C hub. So they said anyone will work. You can get them like $30 on Amazon. So I really don't think you have to buy the Valve licensed dock. In terms of power, people have said that by the specs, this is probably as powerful as a Xbox One base PS4, which is better than a Switch for sure. IGN said they were able to run Jedi Fallen Order on high graphical setting with barely any issues, though. So I don't know if Jedi Fallen Order runs on an Xbox One at high graphical settings. So maybe people's guesses are a little underpowering it. I don't know. But also the resolution downgrade we'll let the game run better. We'll get better performance because it can only be displayed at 720p or whatever. It has 3 models. Base version is $399 with 64 gigabytes of storage. Second is $529 with 256 gigabytes SSD storage. And then a third model, $649, 512 gigabytes of SSD storage. That's the fastest storage that they are offering. Might be a little pricey. You can, and just in case anybody's wondering, you can reserve yours tomorrow for $5, and then they will notify you later in the year. Yeah, $5. You can reserve it. Yep, reserve it tomorrow for $5. Then they will notify you once stock is available later in the year, and then you'll be able to purchase it outright for the remaining. So if you're interested,
I think I'm buying this thing.
Yeah, $399 to just jump in. That's freaking. No, is the storage expandable? Can I expand this app?
Has a micro STD.
All right, so even better. Like $399, that's all I need. Jump in, get the base model, upgrade when I need to. That is really good.
So I'm sitting here at work. I see this announced, everyone's blowing up, and I'm like, I have a PlayStation 5, I have an Xbox Series X, I have a Switch that I only use docked, and I have this shitty gaming PC that never gets any use because I haven't upgraded in 10 years. And at this point, I'd have to get a whole new CPU. I'd have to get a whole new GPU. It's just not worth it. So do I get this and use all the Steam games I have on this, download, the Microsoft Store or something, you have my Xbox games on there? It's really an tantalizing offer, I think. It's making me consider if I want to ship out $400 for this Steam machine, because unlike previous Valve hardware, we see them come out, they stop supporting them. Even if they stop supporting this, it's linked to my Steam account, right? I might not get upgrades, but it's always going to be able to play my Steam games. So if I keep buying Steam games, I'm always going to have them on the go. So there isn't that worry that I'm going to buy it and then lose, they're going to stop and then it's useless.
Yeah. And that's what gets me kind of excited about this as well. It also seems like they learned their lesson from the Steam machine, where this is a proprietary piece of tech. This is not them going out to Dell or Alienware or HTC or whatever. This is an in-house product they've made. It also feels like they've learned their lesson from the awful, the owl-looking Steam controller. So it seems like they've looked a lot at their mistakes and said, okay, let's make something, because it's like Switch is lightning in a bottle in terms of like its success. Like Phil Spencer actually said it on the Kind of Funny Games cast. He's like, when you take a look at the Nintendo Switch, this is not running Android. This is something that's not running iOS. This is the only other mobile tech that doesn't even make calls that is succeeding in a major way. And so there's definitely room in that ocean for other competitors to get in there. And for Steam to say, you know what, we're going to take the plunge, it really makes me want a Vita 2. I know that sounds stupid when I say it out loud, but like, how awesome would it be? We get to a point where they're like, hey, gang, all right, Jimbo Ryan comes out, they're like, okay, so we made something with the same architecture of the PS5, but it's all scaled down. And so you're getting to play Ghost of Tsushima, not Ghost of Tsushima Light, right? You're getting to play Uncharted, not Uncharted Light. Here it is. And unlock all the trophies. Like, I really do think PlayStation's making a mistake, as much as I love PSVR, of going PSVR 2 rather than trying one more time at the mobile unit. Because if they have something, and I'm not an engineer, so it may sound easy but be extremely difficult to actually pull off. If they're able to actually say, hey, we have something, same architecture, this is not extra build time, it's just scaled down a little bit, it's still NVMe in there and all that haptic feedback's in it. I don't know what stupid shit they want to put in it, but like, that would be so cool, dude. That would be, I'd be on Vita Island for the rest of my life. Why leave?
It's funny because when they announced the OLED Switch, I was like, how much is a Vita going for? Like, instead of buying this garbage, how much is a Vita going for? Maybe I could play some PS3 and Vita games or whatever, because PlayStation doesn't want to let me play old JRPGs because I don't know. I don't understand it. But so you mentioned, this opens the door for other people in this market. Do we think Xbox, this is something that they're looking at, as like, hey, maybe we should put out our own dedicated hardware? Because I don't know if anybody saw, I was discussing this on Twitter with someone. My stance was, I don't think they do. I think xCloud is their mobile offering because it's on phones. And then with this, even more, why would they need to put their hardware on something if people can download the Xbox Game Pass app onto this? Like, mission accomplished. They're saving production costs, manufacturing, and they still get everyone in their ecosystem.
Yeah, exactly. I think a partnership with Valve would be much smarter with this specifically. Just have it preload of Game Pass automatically, and that'll just help both Valve and cutting the cost a little bit, and Microsoft gets free advertisement on every box that says Game Pass. It'll work. That's the smartest approach.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna say something, Joe?
Oh no, I was waiting for Amon because I know he's roboting a little bit.
It's okay. He's always somewhere else doing this podcast. You never know what's going on.
Traveling the world. Yeah. No, I think that's where Xbox is at too with this. As much as I'd love to see them have their own thing, I think what they've shown with xCloud right now is just saying, okay, it's on mobile. That's what it is. Like, cloud is our thing we want to do, because to them, they see the internet. They see internet only getting better, and these services being able to run better, and dedicated hardware probably being phased out eventually. Like, it's all going to be in the cloud. So to them, they're like, well, why pour hundreds of millions, heck, even billions into a handheld if we're only going to see profit for the next 10 years out of it? I think that's kind of what they're assuming. But I think they should still. I just think it'd be cool as all hell. We've always wanted it, so let it happen. That's what I think.
I'm with you. Well, we will see what happens. I'm going to be debating all night whether or not to put $5 down to reserve a Steam deck tomorrow. But we'll move into
the Switch killer deck.
The Switch killer. Yeah. we'll move into a more Xbox-focused story. And it's Xbox commits to narrative-driven games. Speaking with The Guardian, they posed the question about narrative games and asked, is there still room for traditional forms of narrative games on the Xbox Series X? Phil Spencer, giving the interview, replied, I think we're probably building more of those now than we've ever been in the history of Xbox. Platform holders, whether the platform is subscription or hardware, device, or a store, are actively investing in new and probably more risky things because if it works, we get value of bringing players into the ecosystem. Matt Booty reaffirms there's no single overriding approach to game development under Microsoft, nor groupthink approach to design. We don't have any direction or mandate that says every game has to be ongoing, sustained game. Take Psychonauts. There might be a Psychonauts 3, but I'm not going to tell Tim Schafer to go make it. Knowing the history of games that he makes, I don't think he's going to make a game that has seasons or goes on for 5 years. He also states he believes the industry moves forward. We will see more games incorporate features that allow players to become the creators. Matt Booty added, I think we will see a lot of games start to include things based around scripting and the ability to add to the game, such as Forza Horizon's ability to design challenges and obstacle courses. We've had Halo Forge and, of course, Bethesda mods. So, Xbox, for a long time, the narrative has been, we don't have any of these third-person narrative-driven games. That's PlayStation's territory. We're the multiplayer kids. We're the first-person shooters. Phil and Matt are really doubling down here and saying, we're making these games. They're coming. Does this build confidence? Do you think we're going to finally be able to compete with the likes of The Last of Us, Uncharted on the Xbox platform?
I like everything that they're saying here. I like it's a different approach than what we've seen Xbox do because the meme is Halo, Forza, Gears, right? And by them saying we don't have a mandate, this is just create the thing. I think that may be an oversimplification because I think there is a little bit of like, are you sure though? In terms of like their portfolio, I think they have like a games as service with Sea of Thieves. They're going to have a platform with Halo, so they don't feel like they need to stress that every single game needs to be this. But I bet they're going to be. I mean, they have 20 plus teams, so yeah, that's like there's going to be crossover there. But that said, I like the whole thing of like there's no group think. It is just make the game. I like the Psychonauts 3 thing is a great example. Because it's like Tim Schafer makes weird stuff. He's never really married to to making a franchise. He's married to that one project. So like let Tim go off and be weird and do weird shit. Awesome, dope, do it. I like that approach a lot. When it comes to the consoles as well, or different physical hardware, it does give me hopeful that maybe that there's a handheld thing in the future, but I also think that means they're probably working on dongles and they're probably working on pucks, similar to akin to like an Apple TV or a Fire Stick in terms of getting Game Pass on TVs, because that is their goal. And for TVs that don't have it or won't allow it, their goal is to put that on the TV. So yeah, any means necessary.
Yep.
All right. As far as the narrative is
The crowd.
as far as
Is it because his picture is frozen and you didn't know he was going to talk? Because he's frozen on my screen.
Yeah, he's
so when
frozen
he
on my
talked,
screen.
I
He's
was like,
smiling.
Yeah, he's got this really like smirk. Good stuff. Go, Tom. Sorry.
It's all right. As far as the narrative goes, like I'm glad that they're gonna try to focus or push a little bit more of these out. Obviously, like from my experience, Sony has just always been killing it with this. God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, all like top tier narrative driven games, and that is something that's definitely needed over here on the Xbox side. Now, I know we're working on them. I'm just really hoping they're good, because we still haven't seen any sort of delivery. We don't know how these teams work together yet because a lot of them are new studios. I get they're doing it. Just don't fuck up, guys. Do 110%. I don't necessarily need it to be like, so many top tier level, just like good narrative games that are, good. Just that's all I need.
Just be good. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair. I'm glad they're committing to it and not doubling down on the, we're the home of first person shooters multiplayer. Like we're ditching that narrative. We're the home of
And
Western
RPGs.
RPGs now. Yeah,
And
Western
RPG, yeah.
RPGs, baby. And lots of other stuff. They're making a big push for JRPGs. We're seeing that, and
Yeah,
I
I
only
think
expect that to
JRPGs
continue.
and narrative games are the only ones they're lacking on right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sony's always going to be the primary focus for
Yeah.
Japanese games, I think.
Mhm.
Sony and Nintendo.
Yeah.
But, all right. Well, we got more stories. Let's see. We're going to go over to something Joe might probably interest you. I know you talked about it on your latest episode, but Ghostwire Tokyo has been delayed. In a post from the official Twitter account, Tango Gamesworks, the recently acquired Bethesda and now Xbox Game Studio, confirmed their upcoming title for PlayStation 5 has been delayed until early 2022, stating we want to get the game in your hands as soon as possible so you can experience the unforgettable version of a haunted Tokyo that we've been hard at work building. At the same time, we're also focused on protecting the health of everyone at Tango. Our new release window will give us some time to bring the world of Ghostwire to life as we've always envisioned it. While currently slated to be a PS5 and PC launch exclusive, this delay does mean that Xbox most likely won't get it until 2023. So I forgot what this game was. I've heard the name. I went back and watched the trailer, and now I'm a little bummed because what they did show looked sweet. Like it looked like something I'd be interested in. That reveal trailer looked good to me. So this just kind of got me a little bummed, especially because I do own all the consoles. I could have played this before 2023. Now, would I, knowing I could save $70, $60 when it comes to Game Pass? Probably not. But what do you guys think? You bummed about Ghostwire Tokyo? Did you remember what this game even was?
I just know that the cute chick that was on stage that was making all types of cute like dancing movements. I'm gonna miss her. She left the project. I stan her. I always will stan her. When it comes to everything else about this game, I see it. I'm like, not for me. I see people making a lot of hand movements and shooting energy stuff at them, and not for me. I'd be way more bummed if this was like Deathloop again. Like, so for me, this game looks like a mess. I know I run a PlayStation show and I should be liking it, but honestly, this does seem like a pass for me. But yeah,
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I liked what I saw. We haven't seen enough. The whole aesthetic and stuff appealed to me. I love Tango Gameworks, Evil Within 1 and Evil Within 2, great games. And yeah, I'm pretty bummed that I probably won't be playing this till 2023.
I'm with Amon here. Like I'm not fully sold on it because I just haven't seen a lot of information on it. Like I feel like this is something that would have fit real well in the PlayStation event that did last week. I would have last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. But whatever, it would have been good to have more gameplay on that. I mean, because we have no idea still. It looked interesting, but I mean, Deathloop is off. Way cooler anyways. As long as we get Deathloop and that's not delayed on the Xbox side, I'm happy.
See, I think Ghostwire looked better than Deathloop. I'm so sick of Deathloop. I do not care about this game.
I'm with Kevin here. We've seen a lot of Deathloop. We have like
Too
6
much.
trailers already.
Yeah,
too much.
The concept itself is just so good.
Wow.
Yeah, the concept's cool, but like we've seen too much. Like, come on.
It looks awesome, and I'm in. They have to be like, hey, what's up, sluts? I was like,
it's Arcane. Like, obviously, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah. And we said it on the trophy room too. Like watching that game, I'm like, man, what a steal Microsoft got Arcane for. What a steal, because they are like, I may not be into every single Arcane game, but I appreciate everything that they do over there. They're seriously one of the most talented studios in the world when it comes to level design. They are just so out of the box. It's incredible. And knowing that this game has been a germ inside of Arcane for I think over a decade, man, I'm in. But again, Ghostwire though, not so much. Not so much. But yeah.
50-50 on that. Clearly, Tom, you can hunt down Joe and Ghost or Deathloop. That'll be, you guys can have fun. I'll be waiting to use my superpowers in Ghostwire. That's really all we've got to say on that topic. We'll go into our next news story. And it's acquisition season, boys, or so I hear. It's acquisition season for Sony anyway, making Housemarque and Nixxes and Bluepoint. We all know it's coming.
Nixxes.
Just announced it already. But could NetherRealm and TT Games be for sale? According to Jez Corden during a live stream, they very well could be. Jez Corden claimed to have documents to prove this statement. Corden also says the reason for selling may be more than just financial. The poor reception of the Mortal Kombat movie could have negatively impacted its standing within Warner Brothers, and TT Games has massive licensing costs when it comes to LEGO franchises. However, Remy Sklar of Warner Brothers Games told The Gamer in a follow-up, I can confirm NetherRealm Studios and TT Games will continue to be part of Warner Brothers and are included in the acquisition of Warner Media Discovery. Chris Scullion, sorry, that's a different story. But anyway, now are they just saving face for PR, or do we actually think that these studios could be on the chopping block? And is this potential? I mean, I already know the answer to this, but are these potential studios you think Microsoft should look at as potential acquisitions?
As a PR guy, I don't know anybody else do PR communications. No, I'm the only major. So you're telling me I'm the only person that's sucked at math so bad they choose communications as their major in college?
I'm a data analyst, so.
Oh boy. For me, taking a look at that statement, we need to make one thing clear. Mergers and acquisitions are always happening. There is always talks happening. Doesn't matter the company. Those things always happen. So taking that as is, I bet as soon as this merger happened between Discovery and WB that there were talks. I bet a year ago there were talks. I mean, I know there were. So yeah, I think what happened was the paper that people got, the evidence was old. And even if this is real, this is not something that we'll probably find out in a month. If we find out in a month or in a few weeks, then it's been something that's been in the works for over a year. That's how these mergers acquisitions work. We see it with Bethesda. They were in talks since 2019. So taking a look at this NetherRealm thing, the statement's pretty obvious. They just it's clear cut. No, we're not up for sale. Now, it doesn't mean they'll never be up for sale. It doesn't mean that there's not talks or someone can't make a very, very beautiful offer. But it's something that I've been stressing to a lot of people. More entertainment businesses want to get into games. So if WB already has an outlet to make games and to publish games, they're going to use that outlet. Like, for example, I don't know if it's in the show notes right now, but Netflix is going into games. We see Amazon going for games, and God bless Google Stadia's heart for trying to get into games, right? More and more of these companies are going to take a stab at it because there's so many more entertainment companies that have all these IP that want to make more and more money off the licenses of these IP. So at this point, I highly doubt NetherRealms is up for sale. NetherRealms makes Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, surprisingly enough, did good on HBO Max. Actually, I believe performed maybe even a little better than Wonder Woman, believe it or not. So, yeah, they're probably hanging around to that studio for that IP. Traveler's Tales, that all depends on what deal they've struck with Lego, or if they still have a deal that they're striking with Lego. That one is one that maybe, who knows, but for me, no, this was clear as day. I don't see it happening. It'd be really cool to, trust me, don't get me wrong, and it doesn't mean that Microsoft can't come in with like all the money, but they also have to be, though they have what seems to be an infinite amount of money in a war chest, they also have to be economical of how they use that money. So like, when Jeff Bezos goes out there and buys MGM for $8 billion, that's huge because that's a small production unit. So, you're going to have to go up to Satya and say, hey, we have this IP. We can't do all the merchandising on, or maybe you just have this studio. We want to buy it for X amount. You have to sell that to Satya. It's not like a Bethesda where with Bethesda you got all these studios. It's NetherRealm and Traveler's Tales. So you really have to make a really good sales pitch to get those two, because NetherRealms is a legendary studio. That name, that brand means something to people. Ed Boon's still working there, which is nuts. That means something. So yeah, I don't see this happening, unfortunately. I think all the verbiage is pretty clear. But only time will tell, you know?
Yeah, we had these rumors for like months, even before the merger with WB and Discovery. So
Yeah.
it's something like I feel like it just keeps coming up because maybe us get Xbox gamers possibly just want this to happen for whatever reason. Like honestly, whether or not they join us, I don't care. As long as Mortal Kombat's still around in 10, 20 years from now, like I don't care. I grew up with that game. I grew up with that franchise. Would I love it if it came to Game Pass, or if Microsoft acquired it and shelled out the money? Sure, that's just another free game for me, and I'll shell out money for all the DLC characters like I do every year, anyways, or every release. So I don't, I get why it's being discussed, but as far as like actual truth or relevance behind it, I don't think it's something that's even really being talked about.
Hmm. Yeah, and in terms of that situation as well, um, that would piss off the Mortal Kombat community, because from what I understand, that community is heavily PlayStation.
All fighting
And
games are.
yeah, so you're literally saying to everybody like, well, now you have to, and that would make a lot of people really upset. But I mean, they did it with Bethesda, doesn't mean they can't do it here. I think that fallout would be a bit bigger, but that's just me. I think Microsoft's focus also isn't in fighters as much as well. But that's me.
Yeah, I don't think Microsoft are gonna get NetherRealm, but Traveler's Tale, I think Microsoft could acquire them because Phil Spencer said, I think a few months ago, that they're looking to invest more in the E-rated games or the E-rated genre. So I could see that happening, and Lego games being like massive. Lego friend, like the Lego branding being massive. Yeah, that could be a good deal for Microsoft. But again, I don't see any of these deals happening.
Screw Lego. Give me Banjo 3.
That is not happening, man.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
is.
happening.
It's coming. One of these days, I'm gonna wake up, see a press release on Xbox Wire. It's gonna be like Banjo 3 confirmed. Here's a little reveal trailer.
Yeah, 2027.
I don't care when it happens, man. As long as I get that bird and the bear, I'll be happy. But I don't think they're going to acquire them, especially since they kind of shot it down. I think, if anything, these are two properties that Warner Brothers would most likely, two companies Warner Brothers would be least likely to sell. These are like their big ones, right? Like these are the Mortal Kombat, Lego. What else do they have? I mean, the team that's making Harry
Rockstar.
Potter, right?
They're doing Justice as well.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah, so there's a lot of contracts tied up in those two studios specifically. So I don't know why they would like sell them unless they're hemorrhaging money. But again, you're Warner Brothers. You're one of the biggest IP owners, movie make. Like you have plenty of money. I don't think you're desperate for selling off these studios.
One more thing, like David Zaslav, who's like the head of the new company formed by AT&T and Warner, the whatever it's going to be called. He says he has no interest in gaming, so they could possibly sell these companies off and make Warner WB Games more of like a licensor, like how Lucasfilm games are. They license their IP out to other studios to make those
I think
games.
that would be
possible.
a mistake. I think that would be a mistake. personally, but
Well, and that's the
Yeah,
thing
well,
is like, yeah, go
but
for
with
it.
DC, they have like so many characters they can make games on. Like you can't expect all their internal studios to do that. I think it'd be more beneficial to just license them out. And not Mortal Kombat. I think they should keep hold of NetherRealm because they're the only ones who can get a Mortal Kombat game right. But with DC, I think they should license their IP out.
Yeah, and that's and also like if you're WB right now, you literally have like the reason why Rocksteady's definitely off the table. Same with whoever's making
WB
Hogwarts.
Montreal,
WB Montreal as well.
Avalanche.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Avalanche right now, right?
Yeah.
Those games are straight up in development, about to come out in a year. You're about to make a lot of money. So you want to hold on to those studios, hold on to the cash you're about to make from them, at least for the first 90 to 6 months of that game release, and then go, okay,
If
who wants them?
those games don't do well, then they could possibly up for sale. But right now, I don't see them.
all right, we will see what happens. We're winding down the news here, guys. Only a few more two quick stories, and maybe one we'll discuss a little more. But the third to last story, there's not a word for that. The Judgment series could be ending due to a PC version disagreement. This comes from Brian Ashcraft over at Kotaku, who reports, according to the weekly publications, Nikon Tashu, a Japanese entertainment insider, is quoted as saying that the upcoming Lost Judgment will be the last entry in the series due to disagreements between the game developer and Takuya Kimura's talent agency. Kimura is one of Japan's biggest celebrities, and it appears his talent agency are upset. While originally listed to be coming to Steam and Windows, those labels were subsequently removed, and there are currently no plans to release Lost Judgment on PC. Kimura's talent agency is not okay with releasing on PC, primarily due to the fact they feel it could be problematic for their business model and would impact the talent agency's management of Kimura's likeness. They're also said to have general disdain for PC-based platforms. This is not new, as in the past they refused to allow their talent's photos to be published online or allow them to use social media. Now, this sounds like I'm pulling a story from 1950, like scared of the online, new wave systems. But this is a real story. Lost Judgment, obviously the spinoff from Yakuza, and by all accounts, the actor himself really loves the series. He's an avid gamer, he says, and he wants to continue. But when you're contractually obligated to do what your talent agency says, it might not be up to him. Tom, it looks like you have some thoughts on this you want to share.
Yeah, this is like the weirdest story because it's like this company is stuck in the early 50s. They're probably posting these talent agencies, like all their talent, they're still putting them in newspapers, like, hey, we got this guy up for like a possible movie, here's his headshot in the newspaper, because they're not even on, like, they don't let their people use social media for such a long time. It's such a weird thing, like, in terms of PR, and like how the hell are you going to promote these guys properly without even like embracing what the what online culture and the PC market like PC is? It makes zero sense to me. This is a huge blow to Judgment if they can't like release next game because of this issue. They should have done a better job with finding the talent. If like obviously they messed up somewhere. They should have seen that this company was like living in the Stone Ages. It just makes no sense. It sucks for the series. Obviously, I'm hyped for the next Judgment game, the new one. But dude, it sucks. It really sucks for them.
Yeah, like what actor does not have social media these days? It makes zero sense. Like, yeah, whatever. Like,
it's how you promote yourself. Like, dude, have they not seen like Dwayne Johnson promoting fucking like his movies on tweets?
Black Adam.
Yeah. So it's like,
well, I mean, Japanese culture is different, and just to be the most PC about it, that's the only thing I could say is Japanese culture is extremely different. Even just like how body was it how you move your body and how you express yourself is interpreted differently in Japanese and Eastern cultures. It's about we, not I, in those cultures. So maybe social media could be looked down upon in that type of manner. But it's really weird. Doesn't make any sense. It's like I think it's literally they don't want their character to or their actor to be modded in like a baby outfit or something, or like a bear or whatever that could be seen as disrespectful to the actor and their agency at large. And I think that's the main thing. It's all about their image, and they don't want someone to mess with their image. I could understand it. It's very weird, and how they even got this far is also telling. But yeah, very weird.
But
very weird.
I think an explanation like that would be like, you're making a good argument at least. But from what it seems though, it's just, this company just like doesn't just understand PCs at all. If their fact is like, no, we don't want it on PC because we know we've seen games in the past, people mod them. We don't want to see our like the likeness used in this specific way, so that's the reason why we don't like it. But that's just that's not being explained. So to me, I feel like it's just they're lost in time. If they even know what a mod is, I'd be surprised just based on what I heard from from what Kevin explained.
Yeah, but it's also like, again, mod, like they don't know what a mod are. If someone's grandma or mother or father who doesn't get video games sees an image like that, they're like, "What is this?" So I can see it playing devil's advocate because I think it's dumb. But again, it's just like how if this agency has this type of reputation, why work with them in the first place? I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of dumb decisions, we can go to our penultimate story. And I titled it EA Loves Money. Shocker. This is from James Batchelor over at GamesIndustry.biz, who reports FIFA and Madden's next-gen upgrades are exclusive to the higher-priced special editions. EA previously announced a dual entitlement program for their yearly sports titles last year. This program gave next-gen upgrade access to individuals who purchased a last-gen copy of the game prior to, I think it was originally like December or something. I know they extended it, but regardless, with the recent announcement of FIFA and Madden 22, games that will be on both last and next-gen consoles. When are we going to start saying current gen, by the way? They're also announcing a change to the dual entitlement. The free next-gen upgrade for FIFA and Madden is now only available to players who purchase special editions. For FIFA, players who want to have both the last-gen and next-gen versions, or that are moving from last-gen and going to get a next-gen console, will have to purchase the Ultimate Edition for the low price of $99.99. Anyone that purchases the Standard Edition will need to repurchase the title for full price on next-gen consoles. For Madden, anyone that wants it, for physical, you will have to purchase the MVP or Dynasty editions for the low prices of $100 or $120 respectively.
Yikes.
So, gang, do we still have a problem with a director's cut? EA. Here's the thing. I've mentioned this on the trophy room in regards to director's cuts. They are seeing how far they can push you until you say knock it off. EA's been doing really cool things when it comes to Battlefield. It's very forward thinking in that regard to that game, like cross progression, cross play. Your valuables, your items, your currency goes with you between consoles. Like, not a lot of games do that. Really cool because they have to do that, right? In order for that game to survive. When it comes down to Madden or it comes down to FIFA, they know they can just do whatever they want because you're going to buy it. You're going to buy it and they don't care. I really thought in the beginning of this year that we would see Madden and FIFA on Game Pass. I don't think we're there yet. I think they really are going to be like, okay, we're going to see how long we can do this for you or to you. And then we'll eventually put it on Game Pass 6-8 months after it's been out when we get most of the money for it. but we're gonna make it painful, and that's really what it seems like. They know you. They know they got you. They know you're gonna buy it because you always buy it, and the fault here is on the consumer because we keep buying it, and we always complain. Same game every year. Luckily, I've never touched a sports game, so I don't have to worry about this stuff. You know,
Wow.
saving that money.
It sounded like you were speaking from experience there, but then you dropped the never touch a sports game. So
I have not since like 2010. Like realistically, I think it's been like 10 years.
well, if you want-
I don't do sports, obviously. I don't watch them, and I can't tell you who's in like the this will get me in trouble. Like the basketball championships. Is
Oh,
that
no.
what they're called?
It's the playoffs and the finals. But, yeah.
Right. I can't tell you that. I think the Clippers are Clippers in it.
No, it's Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix Suns and who else? I'm sorry.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
What awful names. Basketball. Never mess with the naming conventions.
Whoa.
You got like there was like a team called the Raptors. Fucking cool. That's a cool name. Sorry if I can't cuss, but I'm gonna do it here because it's Raptors. You get like just picture Raptors playing basketball. Dope. Suns, Soul, burn
Bucks.
people alive. Awesome. Celtics,
And then
little
Bucks.
leprechauns in it.
Before Tom goes, if you want to try a sports game
Alright.
that is not a sports game, play NBA Jam on Fire Edition. That is the most fun sports. You have the best
Okay.
commentator ever, shouting the most
FIFA's the best
ridiculous stuff.
sports game.
It's like FIFA's garbage every year, and I say this as someone that spent like 3 hours playing pro clubs yesterday. So
Oh wow.
it's garbage. Tom,
we just
You're-
let me see.
you're- you're a robot.
Yeah,
You're
you're
a
a robot. You're a robot.
That's what you
Yeah.
get for doing it at work.
Yeah.
That's what you get for doing it at work.
All right, I guess I'll just go. So I don't really have an issue with this on like one condition. Like if they're two separate games. So if there's physical gameplay improvements on the next gen version that are like, it would be physically impossible. But I know based on what they did last year, it's literally the same exact game. It's no gameplay improvements at all. It's the same game. NBA 2K22 just announced their next gen game for coming up September. Same thing with that one. There's no free upgrade. But what they did last year was 2K21 on last generation and the current gen. There were two separate games. They were not the same game at all. Now, that's why I think in that approach it's fine. Like you don't need a free next gen copy. They're two physically separate games that were worked on separately. That's fine to me. But it's gonna be EA. They're fucking greedy. We know they're not gonna do that. Like, he was defending Battlefront earlier, right? Star Wars Battlefront. They fucked.
No, Battlefield.
I thought you were gonna talk about Battlefront. I was like, they fucked that game up, but then he fixed it. Fixed it. But
yeah.
Still a fucking robot, or is it good?
you're good. You're good, Amon.
What a way to come back. Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
I think this is scummy, especially because there's not going to be much difference between next gen. If I have a next gen console, it's only going to cost $60. I'm not going to pay for it. I'm going to wait for it on Game Pass like I did this year. I'm done paying for FIFA. They don't change anything. It's just not worth it. And I'm sick of if EA didn't own BioWare, like that's my dream that BioWare gets out from underneath EA and Respawn. Respawn and BioWare should just be like,
Yep.
We're out of here, you guys. Because what other studios do they have? Everywhere else is a shit show.
The only thing that they have right now is Respawn. Respawn is like the new favorite child. Because like everything EA is doing, it just seems like they're hitting barricades, and Respawn is the only one that's like it seems like at this point EA is like, okay, Vince, do us a favor and fix this. That's what it kind of gives me the feels of.
Don't sleep on
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah.
They're the Battlefield people, right?
Yeah.
I don't play Battlefield.
Yeah.
I gave up the whole war shooters forever ago.
They have a lot to prove for 2042. They have a lot to prove because they have not been on it since 4. That's so they got something to prove here for sure.
You're excited, right, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, I get every Battlefield game. I mean, I play every freaking war shooter. Period. Like I buy every Call of Duty every year.
Did not know that.
Yeah, no. Imagine companies like Activision and EA. Like if everyone just stopped buying FIFA and Call of Duty, how good these companies would be. Just imagine.
It'd be out of business.
That's the whole EA makes more
No,
from FIFA
yeah.
Ultimate Team than they do combined game sales.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. They even said it's like we don't even need this other portion of their business. And it does sometimes feel like that. It's like they don't even try. And it hurts.
And don't bring up Activision. They're dead to me too. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Freaking Vicarious Visions, Toys for Bob's, like, you know, we're gonna make Crash 4 and it's gonna be amazing, and then we're going to put them on Call of Duty or Diablo. And I love Diablo, so like, and will I buy Diablo 2 remastered? Probably. But will I hate myself and be like, they died for this? I could be playing Crash 5 in a few years. Yes, I will.
Truth.
All right, guys. Last story before we get into our fun topic, which I don't know if I've told Joe what it is yet, but we're in for it. Last news story. Does what difficulty you play a game on matter, guys? And I know
No.
Joe talked about this
I've
on
done easy all the time.
But we've seen this discussion time and time again when people ask for difficulty options in Souls games with the recent release of Eternal. And, well, the discussions come up again after it's revealed Double Fine that Psychonauts 2 will feature an invincibility toggle. Double Fine said all people should be able to enjoy games, all ages, all possible needs. It's an ongoing and important process for our industry and a challenge we need to meet. End of the day, we want you to have fun, to laugh, to experience a story that affects you on whatever terms you want. Double Fine's also confirmed playing on invincibility mode will not disable achievements or trophies. Basically, I saw a lot of backlash of this, specifically to me on the PlayStation 5 subreddit, because people were like, if you play with this on, it should disable trophies. You're making platinums worthless. And I disagree strongly with that. I think, as Double Fine said, if you play with the invincibility on, you've still played Psychonauts 2. You deserve the trophies. Like you still experience the story. Especially, and my whole argument is there are people out there that can only experience games with accessibility options like this. So if you disable trophies, you're essentially telling the people that may have a mental or physical handicap, hey, this option's here for you, but we don't want you to get the platinum. We're not going to, you can love this game, but no matter how much you play it, you will never get the platinum trophy. You will never get 100%. And to me, that is wrong. I think that more than anything, trophies and 100% achievements, God, Xbox needs something better, should be sort of like a love letter. Like, hey, I love this game. I put so many hours. I worked to get it, and work is a spectrum. For some people, that could be, oh, this was really easy. Your easy could be someone super hard, that they struggle to get that. So for me, it's not a question. You should be able to do it. It doesn't matter what difficulty you play it on.
Bingo.
As someone,
go for it, Amal.
Go ahead. Yeah. So yeah, as someone who struggles with platformers, I sucked at New Super Lucky's Tale. I sucked at Super Lucky's Tale. But I enjoy Souls games. I'm pretty good at Souls games, but I suck at platformers. I think this invincibility thingy is for me, because I absolutely suck at platformers. But yeah, I completely agree with you about the accessibility and how difficulty should,
Yeah. If
I can't hear any of you now. What?
Poor Mom, he's going through it. He's going through the motions. He's playing on hard mode on Discord right now. So for me, I've kind of went through, I think, a very fair assessment on the trophy room this week. I'll give the Spark Notes version of it here, but effectively it's this. If a game offers you a difficulty setting then take it. Who cares what anybody says? You know, like our friend Luke loves to play on easy, and he wants to really just, you know, feel like he's overpowered because that's why he's playing a game to escape. He wants to feel good. That's why he's playing a game. So sometimes he'll play it on easy. He told me, he's like, dude, I was playing Doom Eternal's DLC. I put that thing down to easy at a certain point.
I played the whole game on easy. I played the whole game on easy. I can't fucking do it otherwise.
Yeah, and
No,
there was
it's called I'm
times,
Too Young to Die. That one.
yeah, like there was times when I met those fucking the guys with the shield. Hell with them. Where I was just like, "Hey, we're bringing this down to easy because you suck. You suck, and you're the most annoying thing." And I felt better doing that. That said, there are some games that don't offer it. So I'm a huge From Software fan. That's From's vision. They said no. And if you don't like it, you don't buy that game. We can't be surprised or demand it because development takes time. Development takes money. And unfortunately, not a lot of these things can be budgeted. Or a director has a vision. They say, this is my vision. The vision is that this game is not going to hold your hand in whatsoever way, shape, or form. We have to respect that person's vision, right? When it comes to a game like Ratchet and Clank, where you could scale everything up, scale everything down, or even like what is it, Overgrown or whatever that game is, where you could turn off spiders from existing and they're just dots. Like whatever to make your game comfortable. If that's your vision, is to make sure everybody's in the boat and everybody's having a good time sailing. Good, go like that's your vision and nothing's impeding on it. Go for it. Got to respect the developers here and how they're making their games and what their vision is. And sometimes, and I know it may hurt, but sometimes their vision isn't for everyone. And at the end of the day, we have to respect that. Again, I have no problem if you're a gamer and you want to set things to the easiest difficulty, go ahead, do it. You beat the game. You've achieved everything you wanted to achieve. To me, with trophies, it's all about when I'm earning a trophy, it has to feel earned. It has to feel like this game, it meant something to me. And that's why I got the plat. Like right now, I'm going through Demon's Souls again on the mission to get that platinum. So I love it so much. That's why I'm doing it. But there's the other conversation that got very toxic very fast. And that is, if you're a game reviewer, you should be playing at the recommended setting of the developer has set out for you. Is usually at the lower right hand or lower left hand. It's usually called default. That is where the game has been balanced accordingly. That's where the majority of people are going to be playing on. And yes, you should be aiming to get on that default setting. That said, as a podcast, as a creator, a person who's lucky enough to get a code here or there, sometimes you get a code early, very early, and you have a lot of time to go through it. Sometimes you get a code the day of, or a day before, or just 2 days before. Sometimes, and then just think of it as a reviewer going, I have 48 hours to play this game, understand its mechanics, describe these mechanics, record this gameplay, write the script for it, edit it out, and put it out there. That's a lot. That's a lot of work. I don't care who you are. That's a lot of work, and that's actual work, and that needs to be respected. But if you're playing and you say, I only have 48 hours, I need to play it on easy, go ahead, do it, because half the time you don't have any guides. Remember, the thing that IGN gets the most traffic on is not their articles. It's their guides. It's their wikis. All these people that are yelling at IGN, oh, you can't even beat these games. You can't even beat them. Shut up. You're using their wikis. So what I'm trying to get at here is we got to be respectful to those people. But if you're playing it on, let's just say hard or easy or exploring the scale throughout the game, please let us know. Because if you are playing on a version that isn't to the default that everybody or a lot of people are going to be playing as, the majority of, that is a problem. Because yes, you've experienced the game, but I would argue you don't get the depth of the mechanics, whether it's rewarding or not rewarding in certain aspects because of the difficulty. So be respectful. Don't be a dick online. Be a decent human being, and be like me. Everybody, if you want to be a gamer, you have to go out, buy Guitar Hero 3 and play Through the Fire and Flames perfect on expert mode.
Perfect.
And if you can't do, perfect. Through the Fire and Flames expert mode. And if you can't do it, you're not a real gamer.
I can play medium with my feet.
There you go. I'll allow it.
I can play expert with my hands, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, people need to get off their high horses. I saw one guy being a real D-bag. So, you call yourself a real gamer if you can't do this. Dude, go to hell. I watch movies with subtitles because people mumble and I can't hear good.
Oh,
so it's
too.
like,
I watch everything with subtitles.
am I missing out on the scenery? Like, shut up. Like, you don't own this. It's in the game. Settle. Just settle. You know? That's all I got. I get angry and passionate.
Tom, I know you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I completely disagree. That's.
I did not expect that.
All right. Let me hear it.
All right, so I'll put this up front though. Every game I play, I always play it on the hardest difficulty because I don't know. I like pain, I guess.
Sure.
I don't care if there's a difficulty options, and I don't think less if people play, the lower difficulty options. But in terms of achievements, it's invincibility mode. You're not gonna die. You're playing this game, and you're going to be rewarded with like the same trophy or achievements as everyone else. I don't care if you can't 100% this game because if you can't play it on invincibility mode, or if you're not unable to beat it without it. That's like whatever. You suck. Get better at the game. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. And he's talking like I feel like I know I'm gonna come out as a dick because of this, but it's like it's just how I feel. There should be.
You're talking about a guy who's platinum Bloodborne, all right?
There's achievements. There's achievements for a reason.
Right.
That should. I'm not saying disable every achievement, but like, maybe there's one just for beating it without invincibility mode. You can't 100% the game. You should not be able to 100% the game, having your hand held the entire way through the game because you're incapable of doing it yourself.
But what about the people that are like mentally and physically incapable? Like their hands they're born, like physical impairments out of their control. They were born this way. Like they want to 100% the game, but they can't without that mode.
I mean, can they 100% Bloodborne or Dark Souls in that case? And I would say no. Probably
not, but that's a whole different discussion about should those games have accessibility options.
So,
and to be fair, what Joe said, that's the developer's vision. They're meant to be hard, so that in that case, probably not. I understand that might not be a popular opinion, but I think it depends game by game. For Psychonauts, a game where it is going to be platforming, collectathon, story, I don't see why invincibility mode should disable things. So I think Double Fine is taking the correct approach in this specific case.
I don't agree.
So you're telling my sister-in-law with the neurological disability that she shouldn't be able to platinum or get 100% of Psychonauts 2 because that will somehow diminish the imaginary currency that is achievements? Thomas. I'll tell this true because she won't understand the goddamn thing, but you can say it.
Sorry.
This got a little serious.
Yeah, it did get serious, but I knew my response was going to be controversial regardless. So if you're not everyone, unfortunately, not everyone's going to win. So that's how I feel. So no, we shouldn't. Not everything has to be handed. Like I'm not saying don't give accessibility options to allow you to play the game and enjoy it the way you want to. Right. But achievement wise, which I feel like that that's you finished the game, you won, you did it all by yourself. No, I don't think you should be able to. Like even Crash Bandicoot 4, for example, it had a mode where like they swapped it where you can just die as many times as you want. But even then, even
that.
God bless.
But even then, and that's fine with me. But even then, if you want 100% that game, you have to like get better at the game. They still allow you to beat the game without like holding your hand the entire way through. And that's what I feel like invincibility mode specifically takes away. Like enemies aren't going to kill you. There's nothing's going to harm you. It's the weirdest thing. I don't think that invincibility mode itself should be rewarded. If it was an easy mode where maybe you can die or something like that, then that's fine.
So what you're telling me is I'm gonna take out that ramp to the post office because my nana just needs to, get good at walking. Is this what we're saying?
No,
You're telling my sweet 86-year-old that, you know what? Get good, climb those stairs. You could have done it when you were younger. Why can't you do it now, boy? It's the laziness.
Oh man, on that note, maybe we'll move into our fun topic.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, right? Because you don't want people to have their hand held, right? To me, I take a look at it differently in the scope of, there are people that do not care about achievements, right? Don't care. I know my friend Todd, he's like, I can't give a shit about it. Like, I hate it. If I, my better example, like my one friend Donnie, he's just like, if I could just disable it and I never look at it, that'd be great. Because I don't care about that. The way I see trophies and achievements, their sole purpose is to get you to play that game longer. It is not to become the best Gears of War player. Example, seriously, right? That achievement in Gears, kill, what is it, 10,000 people was in the original game.
Yeah.
You're going to get that eventually, but only if you play a shit ton of Gears. And I mean an absolute shit ton of Gears, right? Most of these achievements, most of these trophies, you can get by just sinking hours into the game, because that's what these things are designed to do in the first place, right? So, to me, I don't care too much about trophies or achievements. As someone who's platinumed Bloodborne, right? If they come out tomorrow and they say Bloodborne 2 is out and Bloodborne 2 has an easy mode, cool. More people get fine. Whatever. That's the experience the dev wants us to have. So I'm fine with it, right? When I see like achievements, it really doesn't, as much as I'm called the trophy room, trophies don't really mean much other than how much did you enjoy this game? That's how I view it. If I have like 30% of trophies in a Naughty Dog game, because Naughty Dog game trophies are usually, that's good. And I just walk away from it. But I disagree with it, because that, to me, I'm like, Tom, if I took away achievements tomorrow, are you gonna stop gaming?
Oh no, honestly, I wouldn't care. I mean, the achievements and trophies right now, I feel like not even really relevant to begin with. They've been trashed for years. But
Exactly.
and my point still, like, I don't know, dude. It's just weird to me. It's just weird to me. And
Okay,
That's fair. Everybody gets their opinion. I'm just my lonely liberal socialist self wanting to hand everyone the trophies and achievements. That's me.
I'm the pragmatic liberal, so I get it.
Yeah, all right.
I'm like, we're not gonna get half these things, but I like them if they're there.
That's how. Yeah. Well, we will agree to disagree. I think it was a good discussion.
Absolutely.
But Tom, you still didn't answer the question.
what?
What was the question? Oh, about the ramp?
Yeah.
I'm not answering that.
All right. Now it is definitely time for a fun topic, and then we will wrap this show up. So Joe, we like to end our podcast every week with a less serious, fun type of activity, discussion, questions. And you're in luck because last month we implemented a Jeopardy style fun topic, and this is the episode we're going to do Jeopardy. So Tom is going to pull up the board I made. I have it here as well. So I'm the host. I don't get to play this one because I made it. I played last time. If you missed that episode, people go check out, see who won. But because you are PlayStation, we have almost half and half, but we have PlayStation focused questions and we have Xbox focused questions. So we're going to see who really knows what ecosystem.
I'm prepared to embarrass myself today.
It's okay. So while Tom pulls it up, I will read the categories.
Yes.
We have PlayStation launch titles. That is a category that you will have to name the launch title, and it goes from PS1 all the way to PS5.
Oh, I'm losing it.
We have PlayStation
Nice.
name the main. That is where I read a description. You name the main character of that game.
I love this.
You have PlayStation side piece, is what I called it. That is where you name a side character in a game I describe.
Okay.
And then you have Xbox name the main and Xbox launch titles going from the Xbox original to the Series X and S.
Okay.
This one's gonna be hard.
How does this work? How does this work?
Tom's going to pull up the grid. Correct, Tom? Do you have it? If not, I can share my screen. So we're going to watch the stream here in Discord, and there you go. So you're gonna Jeopardy. We're going to go around the room. I'll keep score for everyone. Tom will click on it. It'll show the question, and then once he hits spacebar, it'll reveal the answer. So I wrote out the scoreboard on my screen, and I put Tom first. So Tom, if you want to pick a category and get us started, visual audio listeners, you might want to go to the video. If not, we will read the question ahead of time.
All right. It's gonna be easier if I choose Xbox, so I'm gonna do Xbox. Name the main for 500.
Okay, click that up and see what it is, and I'll click it on mine and read it. This is actually the double Jeopardy question. In the Xbox, that means you'll get 500. You'll get 1,000 points if you get it right. In the Xbox exclusive BioWare RPG, an underrated gem, I might add, Jade Empire, you can choose between one of 6 characters with preset names. Name one of them.
Damn it. You chose a JRPG that I never played before.
This is a Western RPG.
It's a Western RPG.
Just throw it out there. But
You can
listen,
choose
I didn't
between
make
one of 6 characters. With
I didn't
preset
make
names.
easy questions like you did. Okay, we got a little difficulty in here.
That's a nuts one.
So preset names, like, all right.
I do want you to know this is the hardest question in the entire board because it is double Jeopardy.
Gosh, well, Dave. What is Dave a preset name?
No, it's not. If anyone would like to steal, if you somehow know this,
Jade Empire is a game I've always wanted to play. Never have.
Haven't played Jade Empire. I can't see the screen for some reason.
Did you click watch? Okay, well I'll read I'll read it to you. So I'm on. It's fine. Just reveal the answer. No one's gonna get it. Those are the names.
How am I supposed to know that?
It's Jeopardy.
By the way, Amon, they're really hard names. That's all you have to know.
Like I said, this was the hardest one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna get that.
It's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna take name the main PlayStation 400.
400. Okay.
Uh-huh.
This Namco character that has features of a dog, cat, and rabbit sports Pac-Man on his blue hat.
Sly Cooper.
No.
What?
This Namco character. Sly Cooper is a PlayStation character.
Namco.
This game is PlayStation. It's an iconic PlayStation game. It's probably before your time, but it is made by Namco. The main character, it looks like a dog, cat, and rabbit hybrid, and wears a blue hat.
No idea.
Does anyone want to take a guess at what this could be?
I can't even steal this.
This was the other one. I was like, this is probably the second hardest question. So that's just hilarious.
I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Is this a PS1 game?
It is. It is a PS.
Yeah,
I think PS1 or PS2. But yeah, it's very early.
Yeah, it's like Namco. Boy.
All right. Reveal the answer, Tom. Klonoa.
What?
Never
heard of that. Never heard of that.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard inklings of this game. I need to see it for myself. Yeah, I would have never got that. Yeah.
All right. Joe, it is your turn. Let's see if we can get some points on the board.
Okay. Xbox main for 300, Alex.
Wow.
Or Alec, right? It was that was the past guy. Okay.
Despite the 2005 name, this character is currently anything but live and reloaded.
It's Conker.
It is Conquer.
Okay.
Dang it, I knew that one too.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, finally, I know one. Are you keeping track?
Yes, I got the scores.
Okay.
So, Tom, we go back to you.
Xbox launch titles 500. I got
All right. True or false? Apart from the original Xbox, there has never been a Halo launched alongside an Xbox console.
Oh my gosh.
This
one.
Oh.
So
Tom.
I want to say Halo 3, but I don't think that came out at launch. They wanted it to come out at launch.
Oh, Tom.
Oh
You
my
should
gosh.
know this.
True or false?
False.
True.
You can't steal true or false. You can't steal true or false.
Come on.
It is true. No
Yep,
Halo
I
has
knew that.
been.
How did you not know that, Tom?
I thought the
Those
original came out at launch.
Well, I said besides the original.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, apart from. Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if Halo 3 did.
It did not.
No.
All right, Aman, we circle back to you.
Yikes. All right. Name the main PlayStation 300.
All right. Make your choice. Will you be a hero or a villain? That is the decision this character must make in PS3's Infamous.
I was going to say the other one. God.
Nope. I went with PS3 specifically.
Cole. His name is Cole, isn't it? Cole.
I will accept it.
Oh, cheating.
Cole McGrath. Yes.
All right.
I never played those games. I don't know.
It's okay, Aman. I will give you pity points. Joe, can you extend your lead?
Could I get Xbox launch titles for 300? Alec.
Most certainly may. Name the 2 launch titles that were exclusive to the Xbox Series X and S, not counting PC, when it launched in November 2020.
The 2 launch titles that were exclusive to the Xbox Series X and S.
For consoles, meaning it, and by the way, when I say not counting PC, I mean it can be on PC.
Means it can be. So we're talking Yakuza Like a Dragon. We're talking medium.
At launch in November 2020.
Oh, it had to launch in November 2020.
Yes. What games did it launch with? What were
so you got Yakuza's definitely one. What was the other games that came out for Xbox in 2020? This is why I don't host the Xbox show. That launched exclusive to Xbox. Damn,
I can only think of Yakuza as well.
Oh,
I know.
would it be Yakuza
He already said
and
it.
Falconeer? Falconeer?
Did the Falconeer launch with?
I don't think it did.
Yeah.
I don't think it launched. I don't think it was a launch
I
title.
took a guess. Go for it. What's the real
If
one?
anybody can
Anybody know?
steal.
I thought you had it in mind.
Can
I
anyone
thought
steal?
I was going to say Falconeer.
I don't believe the Falconeer was a launch title.
All right, I'm going to show the answer.
Wow.
Tetris Effect.
Oh.
Tetris Effect
come
connected.
on.
Tetris Effect
Alright,
connected
alright.
and Gears Tactics.
See, I was wondering. I was like, oh, man. And I played Tetris Effect.
I disagree.
Well, listen, I'm being a little pedantic there.
Yeah.
All right.
I got it.
Tom, can you get on the board? It's tied 300 apiece right now.
All right. Yes. Shoot. Let's do PS side piece for 300. Curious what this category is.
Ooh. Okay.
Delson's older brother and infamous second son.
Who's going to remember that?
I know he was the cop. That's what I know. He was the cop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name?
Yep.
Barry.
It is not Barry. Does anyone want to steal?
No.
No. And you know what?
These are too hard.
Well, can I get a guess? Because I literally played
You
this.
can guess. You can guess. Yes.
I literally played this a month ago,
Yeah, I just played it this year too.
and something's telling me Reggie.
That is correct.
What?
Oh.
That is correct.
Oh.
Oh, I got it because he looks like Reggie Fils-Aimé to me. Congratulations, me. Congratulations.
All right.
Wow.
Who? That was you, Tom?
That was me.
All right, Aman.
Yikes. All right. I'm gonna take whew, name the main Xbox 300.
That one's already taken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then 200. Go on.
Okay. Her last series entry was anything but perfect.
Joanne Dark.
Yes.
I like it.
He said Joanne Dark, by the way, not Joanna Dark.
Oh,
So I should have been able to steal it. Just-
No, Joanne.
I know
Joanne.
you. Yeah. All right, Joe.
Yeah.
What are you going for?
Jeez Louise. Let's do PlayStation main for 200, Alec.
All right.
Is Alec or Alex Trebek?
This character likes to sneak around with pals Bentley and Murray.
Oh my God, Sly Cooper. It's my boy.
Sly Cooper is correct.
Oh,
So you guys,
See, I would have took that one.
Tom made the board last time, and he put easy things in 500. So you're not used to these actual difficult questions at the end. Right?
These are way too difficult.
I wanted to give some points out.
Joe's got points. Joe's got points.
This is hard mode Jeopardy. What are you doing?
That's right.
All right, Tom. We come back to you.
I need invincibility mode Jeopardy. I can't get it wrong.
Tom.
Shoot, a lot of the good ones are taken. Xbox launch title 200.
Rare launched 2 games with the Xbox 360. Name them.
They launched it.
Rare made 2 games for the launch of this console. What were they?
The Rare Collection and Perfect Dark Zero.
Anyone want to steal?
I want to steal. Cameo and Perfect Dark
Damn it.
Zero.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should have
Cameo and Perfect.
raised my hand.
Yeah. Just throw it out next time. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You
I
are
feel like we
correct.
should split those points. Seeing it.
All right, Aman. That is your turn now.
I'm gonna take the side character PlayStation 200.
Okay. Who is boy?
Atreus.
That is correct.
Are we gonna let him
I mean,
call
not-
him that though?
I mean,
You know,
not
like
really.
can I steal it?
Alright,
I put in parentheses, will accept other name.
Loki.
I just didn't want to spoil it.
Spoilers.
I just want spoilers.
Happy Tom, you spoiled the game. You spoiled the game for a bunch of people.
I didn't say. I didn't say the name.
Yeah,
You
it's
pushed
true.
me to.
Joe, can you reclaim the lead? Because Aman is somehow winning.
Let's get crazy. I want to retake this. Let's do Xbox launch titles for 400, Alex.
This
Which was
violent,
I'm sorry.
this violent Xbox 360 launch title was banned in Germany as of 2008.
Call of Duty 2.
No.
Really?
Steal. Duke Nukem.
No.
No, okay.
I'm gonna try to go for one.
I'm
Call of
very
Duty 3.
interested
No. You're all wrong.
Was there a
It's
Wolfenstein game?
No. Xbox 360 launch title that was banned in
Wait, can I
Germany.
try one more time?
Yeah, go for it. One more.
Oblivion.
No.
Okay.
Condemned. Criminal origins.
Never heard of it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Never heard of that. Never
Yeah, I
heard of
thought
that.
because of like Nazi stuff. Because I know.
I
that, like,
understand
lots of
where
things
I
like
understand
that.
where your mind's went to. I understand where your mind's went to. Okay, Tom, you are the only one without points. Please get on the board.
All right, Xbox launch titles 100.
Okay. This vehicular combat game launched with the original Xbox, but has since had an HD port to Xbox One and Nintendo Switch.
Vehicular combat.
Vehicular combat. You guys don't know launch titles. That's all this is teaching me.
Vehicular combat. Carmageddon?
That's
a good guess. It's not right, but it's a good guess.
Let me steal. Crimson Skies.
No.
No.
I have no clue.
No clue.
No whatsoever.
Like
Fusion Frenzy?
When I think vehicular combat, I think Twisted Metal, and I know that wasn't on Xbox.
Yeah.
No. Okay. The correct answer is Cell Damage.
Dude, I couldn't even get the 100. By the way.
Never heard of that.
I have heard of that. I played it before.
Yeah.
It's like Twisted Metal.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on.
All right. Name the side character 400 PlayStation.
Okay, I'm gonna dumb these down next time I make the board.
Name the side character 400. Yep.
This lovable sidekick finally got his time to shine when he got his own solo title on the PSP, simply titled blank.
Oh, what now?
This lovable sidekick finally got his time to shine when he got his own solo title on the PSP. It was simply titled his name.
Can I steal?
I know this one.
Not yet.
Daxter.
Yes.
Daxter.
Yes.
Oh God.
Daxter.
Yes.
It was Daxter.
Were you thinking Ratchet for a second?
I was gonna say Clank.
Okay.
Was that on
I'm
the
sorry,
PSP?
Clank, yeah.
Was that on the
Clank
PSP?
was a PSP game, yeah.
Did not know that. Should have made it more specific.
I'm above all of you.
Yeah,
I'm above all.
Clank did have his own game, right?
I knew he had his own game. I thought it was on the Vita for some reason.
Excuse me.
I demand half these points.
No,
What?
no. Give me the
I'm
point.
joking. I don't want the points.
Joe,
I'll take my
Yes.
0 with pride.
Yes.
you currently trail him on by 500 points.
Let's close the gap, Alex. 500. PS5 launch titles for 500. Let's just go crazy. I have an awful memory. Go
For the
for it.
launch of the PlayStation 4, there were 2 indie games, and I stress that indie games that, when purchased, gave you access to the PS4 version as well as the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita versions. Name one of them. If you can name both of them, I'll give you 100 extra points. Indie title, PlayStation 4 launch that was also on PS3.
Oh my God. It's this one. I have it in my head. It's the one where God dang, it's the one where there's one of them that like you're God, what's it called?
Can I try?
No, there's one where you're like Jesus, what is it called? Because I would like to say Resogun, right? But Resogun, I don't think had a Vita version, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to get this all in my head here. What is an indie game?
There's 2 indie games that launched on the
Two
PS4,
indie games.
and they both had the cross-buy feature where you got it on PS3 and Vita.
So I'm trying to think here. 2 indie games. You mean indie games on PS? I'm gonna take a stab in the dark here. I'm going to say 2 of them.
You only have to get one, so it's fine if you guess 2.
Okay. I am going to guess Contrast, and I'm going to guess Resogun.
Neither of those are correct, unfortunately.
Alex, I'd like a refund.
Tom and Amon shouted. If you know him, shout it out.
Like I feel like you said Knack. See,
No,
I feel like it's the guys.
not Knack is not an indie game.
I feel like it's the guys who made Bastion, but I forget what the name of the game is. That's my issue.
Oh, Katana Zero.
That's not Katana Zero.
PS4 launch title. These are launch titles.
I don't remember.
Oh, Transistor.
No.
Fuck.
Can I guess one more time, Alex?
Sure.
Because I don't know. I know this game has it, but I don't know if it launched with it. What is it called? Sound Shapes. Did that launch on PS4?
That is correct.
What?
Oh,
The answer was Flower or Sound.
Shit.
Okay. I knew it was. So technically, the reason why, because you said indie, technically, Flower is like a little part of like Santa Monica helped with that game. Sound Shapes. I have no idea who
A
made
studio
it.
that
Loves
a
it.
studio called Queasy Games made Sound Shapes. And as far as I could tell, they don't exist anymore because I googled them and nothing comes up. So
This
all
was
right.
a hard one, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It was
Good
for
game.
500. I mean,
They're tied now.
hold
I
it
guess,
out in
right?
the end.
They're
Hold
tied.
it out in the end. Sound Shapes is not the one I expected you to get. I thought Flower would be a pretty like safe one.
It just because of Santa Monica is involved. That's why I was just like,
Yeah, which I didn't know. Being PS5 is my first PlayStation, so
you got some catching up to do. Okay.
I went through the PlayStation Plus collection. I played everything I wanted to play on there.
Okay. All right. Fair.
All right, Tom, you still have 0 points. You trail by 1,300. Let's
And
see.
this guy's like, don't give these kids achievements.
So, Xbox, name the main 100.
100. Okay. Not Master Chief, but the other main
Arbiter.
character in Halo 2. Yep.
There we go. I got 100. I got 100 points.
Got 100 points.
I'm not at
I'm on
zero,
board.
guys.
I'm
I'm
on board.
not completely dumb. But these are granted, these are hard.
Aman, we're winding down here. One category
Name the main-
basically remains untouched, but
What category is that?
PS launch titles.
All right, okay. I'm gonna
Pick whatever you want,
I'm gonna do name the main PlayStation 400.
You have 500 and 100 available.
Do
500 100. Ooh. I'm gonna take 500. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
500.
While you can choose his name in the game, what is the canonical name of Joker from Persona 5? You should have gone 100. My 500 questions are actually hard.
Shit. Oh, come on.
Well, his name is
Wow.
Tom because I made it that way.
Yeah.
His name is Aman because I named it that way. Oh God, this is not fair. I don't know.
Does
I'm
anyone
just
want
gonna
to
guess.
Is anyone as much
I'm
as
gonna
old
guess.
as I am and Googles these things?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Yep, I can do it.
No? Does anyone want to take a guess? Anybody watch the anime, read the manga? No?
I can't even do it.
All right.
The only thing that I know when it comes to Japan stuff is Akira. You know that movie Akira?
No.
So is his name
You don't know Akira? And
You
you're a
know
weeb?
Akira?
And you're not a weeb? And you're a weeb?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Akira, and I know like Dragon Ball Z. Is
Yeah.
his name either Dragon Ball Z or Akira?
It isn't, unfortunately. His name is Ren Amamiya.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Yeah.
Yeah. Mamma mia.
Oh, did
Oh
I
yeah,
not-
go. Yeah, no, you have to hit the space bar and then.
Mm.
Okay. Joe, you can take the
Yes.
lead
I will take the lead.
because someone got ballsy and went for 500, even though they're hard.
Good enough. Good enough.
PlayStation launch titles for 400.
Okay. True or false? No PlayStation console has ever launched with a Final Fantasy title.
No PlayStation game
Has ever
has
launched
ever
with a Final Fantasy.
launched with a Final Fantasy title. Okay. Now, here's the thing, Alex, because you're now Alex Trebek. This has been the running joke.
Yeah.
Is it mainline Final Fantasy we're talking about here?
Yes.
This one's for you, Kyle. I'm going to say true. No PlayStation console has launched with a Final Fantasy title.
Joe and Kyle, up in heaven, rest in peace. You are correct.
Hey, come on!
Shit! 'Cause I did not know about Final Fantasy VII. Again, that game always like. So I'm just like, because I know PS2 didn't have it. I know PS3 didn't have it. I know PS4 didn't have it in 5.
Yep.
I did not. I was.
No
Ari.
PlayStation has ever launched with a Final Fantasy game.
All right, good.
We're back to you, Tom. And I'd like to say you have a chance, but judging by the board, you don't. Let's see if you can get a respectable showing. But
I'm gonna have to pick hard ones, man. Xbox.
Pick
Name
all
the
the hard
main.
ones. Make it easier for me.
No, Xbox. Name the main 400. I'm gonna take that out the board.
Xbox name the main 400. The main character of Xbox 360 exclusive Lost Odyssey.
Oh God.
Yikes!
Nice, nice.
Yikes!
I pick exclusive titles to Xbox. It's not my fault if you haven't played them.
Oh
Right.
my gosh, this is one of the JRPGs they always recommend too.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna pick a name.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ryu.
No.
Ryu.
Amal, you want to try to steal it? Anyone want to steal it?
I got
I'm gonna
nothing.
guess one.
All right.
I'm gonna guess one. Yeah, no, I can't guess.
Now, didn't they put this came? That's sexual. I don't like that name. This is a family show.
All right. We're winding down here. Aman, I believe it's your turn. Did Tom just go?
Yeah, I
That's
just went.
right.
Went,
All right. Aman.
Wait, what was the answer? What was
Kane.
the answer? What was
His name was
Kane.
Kane.
Oh, Kane.
All right, Aman, says you can't see. You have PlayStation launch titles 1 through 300 available. PlayStation name the main 100. PS side piece 100 or 500. So all PlayStation centric questions left.
Which is our weakness.
PS side piece 500. No.
Oh.
100. 100. 100.
This lovable robot likes to hang on his friend's back, but isn't afraid to get his arm dirty.
Clank.
Yes, it is Clank.
Yikes.
All right, Joe, you can extend your lead here.
PlayStation launch titles 300.
Sackboy: A Big Adventure was developed for PS4, PS5 by Sumo Digital. However, Sackboy originated Little Big Planet, which was made by what developer?
Media Molecule.
That is correct.
That was an easy one.
Then why didn't you pick it?
What? I thought I would know Xbox more, but clearly I don't.
This is now a general gaming
What's the
podcast.
scoreboard look like? What's the scoreboard look like?
Tom with a gentleman's 100, Aman with 1,400, and Joe with 2,000.
Oh, 600. Jeez. Yeah.
All right, we're down to the final three. So, Tom, which
PS
one would you
launch
like?
titles 200.
Which PlayStation had the most launch titles?
Oh, I know this one.
A, B, C, D, E, and that's 1 through 5 for any audio listeners.
I'm gonna go B PS2.
That is correct.
There you go. There you go.
I'm getting up there, guys. I have a chance.
We still have to do Final Jeopardy. So, Aman, you have
What's Final
PlayStation.
Jeopardy?
I have a question where you're going to bet your points to try to win. I'm going to read the question. You bet point. Have you never seen Jeopardy? What is this? Oh, PS side piece is still available. So Aman,
All right.
what do you
PS side
want?
piece
500? You want PS5 piece 500?
Well, is there what else is remaining? Is there any Xbox
Launch
versions there?
title? No. PlayStation launch titles or name the main for 100 each.
PlayStation's launch titles, PS4.
What? 100.
Is that PS4? Is PS4 100?
Yes.
What
And
about
we already
PS5?
brought it up. We already brought it up. So.
Oh, what about PS5 launch
What are you
title?
talking about? No, it's just PlayStation. It's just PlayStation launch title.
Okay. I don't get to pick. All right. Oh, okay. Cool. I'm gonna take
All right, go back, Tom. Hit the escape button.
Okay.
400. 400.
Wait,
There's no 400.
Fine, 100. God.
This man was the composer for PS5 launch title The Pathless.
Mike Bithell? No. Austin something. Austin.
He
Austin!
said two names. He said two names. He said
No, not the first one. Not the first one. Austin something. Austin. I can't get his. Austin Winter. Is that his last name?
Incorrect.
Yes.
Joe.
Right here. Austin Wintry
That is correct.
from Let's Play
Oh,
Listen. I love him. I love this man.
You were
I
close,
said Austin
Amon.
Winter. I deserve the point.
No,
You were close, it was wrong.
I gave you Joanne Dark, all right? All right. Joe, can you
Yes.
extend your lead so you're untouchable in Final Jeopardy?
Let's do PS side piece for 500.
All right. Let's do it. This cat allows cat to manipulate gravity.
Oh no! Are you
is this from Gravity
serious?
Rush?
This is
It's
from
from-
Gravity Rush.
It's from Gravity Rush.
Oh,
What
my
is
God.
this cat allows cat to manipulate gravity?
Oh my god! I real talk. I'm playing this game for the trophy room. I am going to say it's between two names, but I believe I'm gonna say Dusty.
Dusty is
I'm gonna say.
correct.
Ah, come on.
Fuck yes. I was okay. Fuck yes. I was gonna say Sid, but then I was like, no. I'm pretty sure Sid's the one that sucks, so I'm good. Oh, I'm riding high.
All right, Tom, you get the final question on this. This platforming mascot from Naughty Dog spun his way into our hearts and took on Mario in TV ads.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Why is it not doing it?
All right. So going into Final Jeopardy, the scores are Tom 400, Amon 1400, and Joe 2600. Now, listen. I'm going the way Final Jeopardy works. I'm going to read the Final Jeopardy question. You're going to tell me how many points you're betting. That means you have to feel confident to get right, and then you will answer. And if you're right, you'll get those points. And if not, you'll lose.
Everyone go all in. Everyone go all in.
Well, essentially, you have to go. I mean, Joe doesn't have to go all in, but Tom doesn't matter because he only has 400. Amon, you have to go all in to win.
Why?
To win.
Yeah, to win. Yeah, to win. Yeah, cool.
All right. So the Final Jeopardy question is, what is the best-selling first-party PlayStation 4 game, and what is the best-selling first-party Xbox One game that isn't Minecraft? Because that's not an Xbox One game. That did not launch on the console. I will give a bonus 300 points if you can correctly guess the amount each sold to the nearest million.
Oh, boy.
So think of all the first-party PS4 games and all the first-party Xbox One games. Pick whichever title you think sold the most, and then if you want to feel wild, name how many each of those titles sold.
All right, I have mine.
Well, first of all, how many points y'all putting up?
I'm
putting up
going.
everything.
I'm putting up everything. Let's go all in.
Joe,
Let's go
how
all
many
in.
are you putting in? Because you're the only one that
Go
really
all
matters.
in, Joe. Come on.
None.
Oh,
Confident man. He does not believe in your abilities. Let me know when you have your answers, and we will wrap this
I
show
have
up.
my answers.
You said you're good?
Tom,
So for PlayStation, I was gonna say Ghost of Tsushima, and then for Xbox One, I was going to say Gears of War 4.
okay.
For
Do you want
PlayStation,
to guess how many each of those sold?
No.
Okay. Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because they're wrong.
I had to do something.
Oh god.
I'll take the 0.
I'm gonna go now. For PlayStation, I'm gonna say Spider-Man, and for Xbox, I'm gonna say Sunset Overdrive.
Oh.
No.
None.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Both are incorrect, unfortunately.
Mm-mm.
Have another go.
You're out of points. You're out of points. You spent it all, mine.
Joe, can you guess either title and how many they
Are
sold?
they exclusives? Sorry.
Yes, they're both first-party titles.
And you said Spider-Man wasn't it?
No, not according to the sources I found.
Ooh, okay. Then I'm gonna say Gran Turismo Sport. And Forza Motorsport.
So, according to my sources,
Mm-hmm.
both of those are wrong.
Okay.
The
What was it?
answers that I found online,
Okay.
and if I'm wrong, I apologize. But
Internet would
I
never
have-
lie.
Yeah, the internet would never lie.
I'm gonna bash you on Twitter if you're wrong.
I have Uncharted 4,
Forgot about that game.
and according to what I could find online in lists, they rank it as 16 million. And then for Xbox, Halo 5 Guardians at 5 million plus. That is what I found online when I was composing these questions. If I am wrong, I apologize. But I could not find a source that didn't have those two at the top.
All right.
I'm
Maybe.
pretty sure Spider-Man's number one. Just
Really?
let you know.
Yeah,
Is it?
I'm pretty sure Spider-Man's number
Mhm.
one.
Could someone
Like
I will look it up.
Let me see. Yeah, but Halo makes
Yeah,
sense.
I'm not gonna win anyway, even if Spider-Man's number one, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
that's fine.
Wow.
Don't look it up.
I'll look it up for my personal, Mayday Bomber says Uncharted 4 is like 16 million. So
Yeah.
he's back on the chat. Spider-Man, the only thing I saw was 13 million online. It may have surpassed that by now. It's certainly possible.
For what I understood, 20.
20, okay. They should
Very
make
good
that
selling game.
more readily available to people Googling it. But anyway, didn't change the outcome. Joe, congratulations.
Thank
you.
you.
Not only know PlayStation, but apparently you know
just
Xbox
for the
as well.
record. Just for the record, we went easy on him because he's the guest. All right.
Oh, all right,
It's
okay. All
common
right.
courtesy. Common
I
courtesy.
get it. I
No,
get it.
Kevin was just trying to kill us. That's what happened here, right?
These questions are fucking hard, man.
Listen, next time I make the board, I will make the 500 a little easier for you guys, okay? I didn't realize you were all
Don't make
fake
it like
ass
always
Xbox
500.
Oh
fans.
but-
man.
Fake ass Xbox fans. Well, I'm going off with Joe to the trophy room because he knows what he's talking about.
He
But
gets the platinum trophy.
gets the platinum trophy. Well, congratulations, Joe. You are the second winner of Jeopardy on our channel, and I think you got the most points. So we will end the show there. I hope you had fun. I hope everyone watching had fun. And make sure to like, share, subscribe. And Joe, can you please let everyone know where they can find you?
Oh, absolutely, man. You can find me over at the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast, where each and every Thursday, me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. You can find the video version out right now. You can find the podcast version wherever you find your podcast right here, right now, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Google Podcasts, wherever you find your podcast services of choice. We're there. Please rate us 5 stars. It really does help us out. And guys, thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys. And kicking Tom's butt at Jeopardy. Someone put an easy mode for this man.
Aman, where can they find you?
You can find me at mod_M05 on Twitter.
Tom.
You guys can find me on the bottom of the leaderboard. And on Twitter at Alpaca Tom.
And you can find me on Twitter at the Muffin Mon. That's a 1 instead of an I and an O instead of an A. It's my gamer tag, not my PSN because someone took it, bastard. But make sure go follow us on Twitter, Project XTalk, to stay up to date with all our videos, all our guests. If you want to come check us out live, that's great. But we will see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.